On Thursday morning, we named Storm Arwen. It's going to arrive on Friday and linger into Saturday. There will be some snow, but the main hazard will be the winds, and there is an amber wind warning in place across the The storm system doesn't look much on Thursday afternoon, but it really intensifies as it drives its way southwards into the North Sea. And actually, a separate little low develops on the back edge of it, and that's really what squeezes those isobars together and really strengthens the wind.
Help. Help. It's absolute catastrophic failure. Salvaged. Thankfully Sykeside can accommodate me tonight. Instead they've just switched the booking round, so I've just got to the site. It's nice to be here again actually. This was what was going to happen tomorrow, but yeah, thankfully we've you know, saved this video. A couple of lads up there pitching, so I'm going to get the tent set up while there's still light. The pub's open at 4. You know, I'm going to save my camper meal and go and enjoy a nice meal in the pub. I'm going to do what I was going to do tonight. So lesson learned, and yeah, nothing burned, thankfully. Let's go and get the other tent set up. So it's still a bit windy here in the campsite, but nowhere near like it was on the tops. I'll just spin you around. Fantastic views. Really nice. It's a lovely campsite this. It's been a while since I've been. I'm going to save a meal. Got a few beers, I'm going to have them. Let's go and get the tent set up nice and cosy. Home from home. I'll very quickly show you some of the things I've brought. I've got this cosy cover, which is another cover which goes over or inside your main sleeping bag. It's got a nice foot box on it, just provides some more insulation. Got the Nordisk Oscar -10 sleeping bag. Got some nice snacks, nice and Hugo. Got my gloves hanging up there. Mini bottle of red somewhere down there, just a tiny one. This new beer that I've seen by Northern Monk, Death Star Episode 2, lovely Imperial Stout, which is 12%, which is very strong. So I've got that, and then just the one other, a Roaster Coaster. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of all the things I don't need now that I'm a fair weather camper in a fair weather campsite. It's a shame it's turned out like this, but these things happen. I'm going to open the first beer, which is a bit of a speciality. Death Star Episode 2 by Northern Monk. Chocolate, peanut and caramel Imperial Stout, and it's 12%. So yeah, well, sprayed everywhere as well. Nice sticky stout all over the tent. It's one of those days. It smells superb, really nice and rich. You're gonna say I always say it, but it's lovely. It really is lovely. It's very rich, extremely rich. Tony Noble would be a fan of that. They're great. Nice limited edition range by my friends over at Nordisk. Talk about them a lot. I've got a lot of their gear. Enamel cups used with Matt on October camp. Let's keep it in here. Absolutely foul weather. Next one. Familiar collab. There's no moisture in the air, it's very dry air. I'm breathing out and you can't see your breath, even though it's really cold. It's because there's very little moisture content in the air. That's replicated again, just there's no moisture on the fly sheet, so it's a dry wind, dry air. Well, I tell you what, the wind, even here, is really picking up. And we're now at obviously valley level here in Brotherswater. So, on the tops there would have been absolutely brutal. There's the next blast of wind. Some of those winds, they are not messing around. I'm actually grateful I'm down here in the campsite. I'm enjoying this. It's been a while since the last time I slept in this was when I met Al from Bushman and Blue, and we did a wild camp atop Red Screes in some very bad weather. I've not used this enough really. I treated myself to it many years ago after a challenging life event. I thought, you know what, I've always wanted one, stick it on a credit card and just pay it off, and I have done. And I've owned this since around May 2017, and it's probably it's certainly one of the most expensive tents I own, and in terms of quality and reliability, yeah, it's up there. It does it. I know a lot of people scoff and frown and say, you know, it's extortionate, which it is, don't get me wrong. There's no way I could go out and buy another one. It's a one-off. But it is such a high quality, strong, reliable outdoor shelter, and if you're serious about your wild camping, yeah, don't get me wrong, you wouldn't use this in summer, spring, even arguably autumn. I mean, when conditions are like this tent is designed for that. Really, you know, extreme, severe conditions. Anything the United Kingdom can throw at it, really. And my mate Andy Wardle has got a black label one of these, and it's got slightly thicker poles at 10mm, and I think it's got heavy duty fabric, the Kerlon 1800 off the top of my head, might be wrong, but it's got stronger fabric, but this is strong enough. Yeah, cracking tent. And if you're serious about your wild camping and you want to come 12 months of the year, put some money away and do a bit of overtime if you can. I'd recommend getting one. Cracking tent. I'm going to get my boots on. We're getting out in the gale. I'm going to head to the pub. See you in the pub. Listen to that outside. It's like a hurricane. I don't even know if my tent's going to be standing when I go back. Awful.
Okay.
Well, lads.
Oh Lord, I like it. Nice.
Hey. Listen to it. It's like there's a train going past. It's absolutely horrific. And my mate Brimmers has just texted me saying it's like 104 mile an hour winds being recorded in the Cheviots. I mean, listen to that. Anyway, I'm so glad I'm not on the tops. It's foolhardy to even try it, but you live and learn. You live and learn. Let's go to the toilets down here and see what the walk back's like. Christ alive. Noise. Ho 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 ho!
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Oh my God, what's going on? We've lost guys. God, look at that. The wind has totally changed direction as this storm heads south. Wow, this is... Whoa, dearie me. This is awful. Really is. Terrible storm. It's not the time to be intense. This storm, hopefully this mic is picking it up, but the power of this wind is unbelievable. My mate has just told me that there's 100 mile an hour plus gusts in the Cheviots, so it's absolutely mental. The whole guy line on that side had been ripped out, so really driven that down now. Nice 45-degree angle. I just ordered some ground anchors, but they'd not arrived in time, so bit of a shame really, because they'd have been ideal in these conditions, but absolutely brutal. If this is what it's like now at ground level, I'm so glad that what happened to me on the tops happened when it did, because I wouldn't be there. I would be in Ireland now. It's absolutely insane, the power of this wind. So yeah, maybe it's quite fortuitous that things happen the way they did, because I don't know any tent that would be on those fell tops now in one piece. They would be in ribbons. So yeah, everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that. I've got the old hot hands out. I might put them in the base of my sleeping bag if needs be, but these are going to give me some nice warmth. And I've got a bottle of Castillero del Diablo, House of the Devil. And we're going to see how the night pans out. I'm pretty sure, pretty confident in this tent. Yeah, we might have some guy lines coming out, but it's freestanding. It's a decent bit of kit, and we are at valley level. Those winds on the tops, you can just hearing it rattling around the valley. It's like a freight train. It's unbelievable. The immense power of nature. Don't ever underestimate it, like me today. Speak to you in a bit. Got the Nordis bag on, the cosy cover over that, so I'm nice and warm. I'm not cold at all, really warm. That's good. But this weather, it's absolutely wild. Very, very, very windy, stormy. It's probably some of the worst conditions I've ever camped in my life. So yeah, it's all part of the enjoyment of our great outdoors. Hopefully I'm going to have a nice sleep. I actually find things like this relaxing when I know I'm safe, nice and relaxing. So yeah, there's a bit of sleet outside now and it's all good. I'll speak to you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. It was a very, very windy night, but the tent's obviously fine. I'm going to go and show you outside and see what we can see. It's lovely. Getting a brew on. There's lovely fells covered in snow. Makes it all worthwhile. Really nice. Little spork off Emily. Well, that's better. A nice warming brew. It's nice just to get my hands around that cup. But what a lovely morning. Picturesque, stunning colours. Well, all that's left to do now is to take the tent down. I'm going to show you some of the damage to the campsite, the camping pods. They've come off their bases, the winds were that strong last night. This tent, a totally different kettle of fish. It's a 4-season mountain tent designed to withstand extreme conditions. So it coped just fine, and it would have coped with possibly double that. To get it taken down, and then we'll go and look at the damage. You'll just see how powerful that storm was last night. I'll show you some of the damage, some of the strength of the wind last night. Look at this scenery. Look at that. Place fell. It's been a really brutal camp. Bitingly cold wind. Right, thanks for watching. That's the end of this one. Big lesson learned for me, and that is don't push your gear beyond its intended limitations. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to MCM Outdoors, please consider doing that. I've had a fantastic time in the Lake District National Park. Sitting out this winter storm, nice food, some nice beers, and some great relaxation in our stunning great outdoors. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.